Log into gyroscopemeet.com, the hottest online radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group, LLC.
GS Radio, the best internet radio station worldwide. Providing the best in music and talk shows. Go to www.gsradionj.com and check out the best internet station in the world. You're listening to GS Radio, internet radio station powered by GMG LLC.
Large. 2.2. Large. Professor Act. Welcome to
Wilson,
and
we got Williams jumping in.
No Watson today. 2023. This is our
11-2.
Yeah, our new season. We were on hiatus for a couple months. Now we back.
Happy November, y'all. Second day of November.
We don't have a guest today, but you know we've missed a lot. We've been gone for a couple of months, like I said. A lot of things have been going on.
What up, fellas?
What up, Chalk? Socially,
1, 2.
Entertainment wise,
I'm on.
regular life.
Good.
Once again, brought to you by RareHipHop.com.
Rare hip hop.
With all that being said, we had the 50th anniversary of hip hop that has come and gone.
Still going on.
Yeah, still shows around the nation and I guess around the world.
Well, you got something very important this month coming up. It's,
This month.
yes, Zulu Nation anniversary.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Zulu Nation
If
anniversary.
I'm not mistaken, it's on the
Zulu.
16th.
Zulu.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be
Of this
wrong.
month?
Of this month. It's
Okay.
definitely November. It all popped off in 73. Everything.
Right. On the block, which was
How long for them?
Cedric.
50.
50?
Yep.
Okay.
Right, and we attended the Cedric and Cedar event and Yankee Stadium,
Yes.
which was great. When you talk about hip hop, you gotta talk about those that are no longer with us. So during that time, we lost a major pillar as a producer in hip hop from represent Jersey, DJ Mark.
45 King.
45 King,
Rest
man.
in peace.
Where's your
So,
bell at, yo?
I don't have my
Ding,
bell
ding,
today.
ding, ding.
Ding, ding,
So
ding,
Doug,
ding.
I don't know where you want to lead off, but you know,
Well, also,
whatever
you
wanna
know,
do.
I mean, you speaking of 45, you know, everybody knows Biz passed as well.
Biz too.
Shock G.
Shock G.
Right, man.
Man,
This all this year, right?
Well, that was last.
Yeah.
That was last year. Shock G and Biz.
and Prince Marky D.
Prince
which
Marky
was around
D.
the same time.
Yeah.
This was
Last
last year
year.
too.
That was
Yeah,
that was
probably
last year.
Time
is-
flies.
oof, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, been.
I'm thinking of it because I saw the
The documentary.
the doc on
Very good.
Showtime. Yeah, I caught it in the middle. We'll have to
All up
revisit
in
that.
the Biz on Showtime.
I gotta watch that, man. I finally got a little downtime,
Right.
so I think
It's
I'm gonna
worth it.
watch that tonight. So on
Yeah, it's worth it.
Showtime,
Yeah.
on demand,
All up
Yes.
in the Biz.
all
Yep.
up in the biz. All right,
Yeah, it's
I'm
definitely.
gonna watch
worth
that
it.
tonight. I don't have to work, so
If you don't know about Biz Markie, that's a good starting point.
Yeah.
shout out to one of the family members, Tanya Champagne, which Biz was a brother.
Okay.
The night that he passed, she was on the air when she
Wow.
when
Who
she
was
found
this?
out. Biz, his sister.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's how I remember it. That was last year.
Last year.
Okay.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah. So, you know, staying on that note with that 50th anniversary, you know, going to the Yankee Stadium show and then going to Cedric Avenue, man, that was huge, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, you rank your concerts like the best concerts you've ever been to, and you know, you think about, man, you know, I'm sure all of us have seen a lot of people, but that lineup was crazy and the atmosphere was crazy. So I gotta rank that concert as one of the best I've ever been to,
For sure.
honestly.
For sure.
You know, from top to bottom.
And you know, that day it was a hot day.
Yes.
And I knew getting in was going to be an issue.
Yes.
So we chose not to press it. And getting inside was a madhouse. First of all,
Yes.
the way they routed you and just the whole situation. And I've gotten in baseball games easier
Than that.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But shout out Yankee Stadium in the Bronx.
Hey, listen, they
And
pulled it
Mass Appeal,
off.
Mass Appeal.
Mass Appeal, yes.
Together.
So,
That was dope.
to reiterate, the Zulu Nation anniversary is on the 12th. I should know
12th.
that by heart.
Okay.
November 12th.
November
Where's it gonna be
12th.
at?
Details soon to come. Hopefully next week sometime we can make arrangements. I could get Tricky T in here. He agreed to do the interview. It's just how we could work that with
Johnny
him.
the Fox.
Yeah, so
Johnny the Fox.
shout the Trick,
Yes, sir.
who heavy Zulu,
Yep.
and he'll have all the details soon.
Edenwald.
Yep, that's Edenwald. So, but as we were online getting into Yankee Stadium, as I watched Mass Appeal again on YouTube, how they placed the artists. They had MC Shan, Sugar Hill was out there,
Very
Cold
early.
Crush was out there, super early,
Super early.
which to me
They should have been.
Like,
sprinkled
towards the
in
end.
No, they
within
should have
the
been
body of the show.
towards the end.
I
though.
think towards the end too.
Yeah.
That's the that's the argument that I've been hearing a lot of people talking about as far as given the roots, the the airplay. I'm going to say of really pushing that issue of 50 years of hip hop. Because if it wasn't for like one of the DJs I heard calling on the radio, on Breakfast Club, and he said he was a DJ, and he gave props to Grandmaster Flash
Okay.
for doing and inventing all that he has done.
Right.
So to me, I haven't heard or seen as much talk about them. I mean, you briefly hear, of course, the Sugar Hill Gang and blah blah blah, but even before them. So yeah, that's been one of the
Yeah, I think they
one of
need
the
to
gripes.
do better.
One of the major gripes.
yeah.
Well,
I agree.
One of the things I think they really need to focus on is, like you say, highlighting those guys
Right.
that really laid the foundation. And when I realized it after watching the Yankee Stadium show, like the next day on YouTube, and I watched the Sugar Hill set and everything, I'm like, man, Sugar Hill rocked.
They did.
They was rocking.
Yeah.
And rocking harder than some of the so-called more what's the word,
Current or accomplished.
current
Current or,
or relevant.
relevant.
I say. They like to say relevant. So they was rocking harder, man. I was like, man, I think it would have been cool if they were, when it got dark, they was
Right.
they was performing.
I think they should have been the headliners.
Right.
Not to say that nobody else is headliners, because if you look at it, all of them, all of it played a part in hip hop. Even I heard the gripe with the Atlanta rappers and South rappers, and this and that, where
They wanna do their own.
and honestly, I think they should.
Absolutely.
But the mecca of it started in the Big Apple.
Right.
So
In the
of course,
Bronx.
in the
Be
Bronx.
specific. So
Well, New York, Bronx, New York. Some people, but I think each coast could have did their own thing
Yeah,
to
right.
contribute instead of
correct.
complaining.
Right. Do a West Coast one.
You
do
know.
a down South one.
Right.
Understood.
Right.
I
Not
agree with
just wanting to come up, but see, I guess they wanted to come up to New York,
Well,
or you understand what I'm saying, and rock
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
stage,
Well,
or
I think Mass Appeal did a pretty good job though, because you had your New York artists, you had T.I., you had Common, you had Lupe,
Cube.
you had Q,
Snoop.
So I think they tried.
yeah, but I think they could have
You know what
went
I'm
a little deeper though.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
of course.
Well, first of all, a few of the artists were on too long.
That Lil Wayne.
Way too long. Way too
Wayne
long.
but
Yeah,
well,
you know what I mean?
was that? We don't know if that was
Popularity, I mean, I know it was a money thing.
in the works. Yeah,
Right.
the contracts.
Yeah. Way too long.
Yeah, his set was too long.
So with that,
Cube was too short.
yes.
was
Yes.
too
It's
long.
Cube was way too short.
Right.
This
I'm like,
was in
Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cube was too short. Common was too short. And Common was during the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's hard to please everybody.
Yeah,
That's-
you can't
that's for
please
one thing.
everybody, but some
I
of that,
agree with you,
yeah,
John.
some of that stuff you still you got to plan it. It's still a lot.
And a lot of people are on tour, so it's hard to put shows of that magnitude together. What Snoop did was cool because he brought out DJ Hollywood.
Right.
That was dope.
Yeah.
had
Yeah,
Hollywood.
right. Pay homage.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
he
saying.
did that.
That's
You
what I
know?
mean. In the body of the show, some of the pioneers should have been sprinkled in more.
Yeah. Or
and you know what? If you performed early, you can come out later.
That's all. No problem.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come out later.
Yeah. Yeah.
EPMD, they performed during the day, but they came out later too.
Yes,
with
they did.
Snoop.
Yes, they did.
So
And see,
Snoop did
I
that.
guess Snoop had the right idea to
He
basically still bring back, bring out the rappers that came way before them,
Yeah,
basically.
Snoop was paying respect for real.
Yeah.
He really was.
Yeah.
And
Big
then,
up to Snoop.
Then the next day, was it the next day? Was it the next
The
day?
very next day.
Goodness, you had
Down at Sedgwick.
Sedgwick,
In Cedar,
right,
Hmm.
where it started.
right in front of the building.
Yes, sir. and that
Wow.
was the greatest block party. You know, I watched a YouTube video with Kenny Parker, and he was like, reviewing everything. He was like, I believe that was the greatest block party ever because of who we had out there, and
He
it
said
was nice.
that's what he said.
But
Yeah.
it took it back, man. It took it back to the Essex, where this was just a underground thing,
Right.
and look where it is now. And yeah,
They had Public Enemy, they had Ultramagnetic.
yeah,
Who else?
they
had
took
Chris.
it. Yeah.
Uh,
Now, I mean, Public Enemy could have
Sure,
easily
man,
been on Yankee Stadium.
Your man
Right.
came out there. I ain't never scared.
Bone Crusher.
Bone Crusher.
Bone Crusher came
Right.
out.
CL Smooth.
Yeah.
See, so much. Like,
Right.
Do your top 3 joints and keep it moving.
Right. And I
Then,
think that's what they were trying to do.
yeah,
You know
the show
what I
wasn't
mean?
over till like 1:00, 1:30 in the morning.
Nah,
Shoulda-
what? Yankee
Man.
Stadium?
Yeah.
You better try 2:30.
Was it 2:30?
Please.
man, it should have been longer though.
Please.
And they start.
Run DMC went on like a quarter to like 1:30.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. People was dropping like flies.
Literally.
Yeah,
Man,
Especially on
that
Cedar.
that could have been a week long situation.
Well, they were doing stuff all over New York. I saw on video it was Chuck D and Melly Mel in like a park, just doing their songs. And you can walk. They didn't even have a stage. You can walk right up on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
well, that's
they
the
were-
essence of it.
Right, they were doing all kind of things. So it was a
But
good
nothing
overall.
is like big with that Yankee Stadium
Yeah.
situation where they could have did a whole week of it.
That's true.
Period. To
That's
just
true.
not even try to cram it all in or have everybody out
That's true.
that long.
But that was excellent. But hopefully it'll continue on. And I was watching a clip the other day with Big Tigger from the Basement.
Yeah.
It was KRS, Tigger, Lord Finesse. It was a lot of guys standing around, and he pointed out a quote to KRS. He was like, "Yo,"
I saw it.
he's like, "I've been thinking about this line, for a while since this 50 years. What do you say? 50 years down the line, you can spark this because we'll be the old school
Artists.
Right,
Yep.
and
Yep.
He
Yep.
made a point.
And my philosophy.
Right, that was my philosophy. And he caught heat for that back then when he said that.
Yeah.
For Melly Mel and them, they didn't like that when he said that.
Oh, But it's the truth.
Right,
Oh yeah.
It's the
Right.
truth.
right. He was on point with that.
Yeah, he was.
And 50 years, look, he was right. They are the old school artists. And even then, he was still number one.
Yeah. KRS, man.
Right, way ahead.
Unbelievable.
We also lost Dave. Well, that's last year for sure from De La Soul.
De La. Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I was talking to Kenny Calhoun, who, if you listen to De La Soul records, you always hear them talk about Kenny Calhoun. I was just with him 2 weeks ago, talking about the loss of Dave, Long Island dudes. So, it's just sad.
Yeah, I mean, you just never know. I mean, not even in the hip hop world. I'm sure everybody out there is losing folks.
Right.
It's like almost every day, every week, you got
And then you hear about
Somebody
45
down.
King.
right, just like that.
know. DJ Mark the 45 King. If you from New York, Jersey, from Red Alert Show, he always had a drop. DJ Mark the 45 King start playing his beats. You got anything? What you got? You got
Keep
anything,
going.
Doug?
You know I got
you always playing DJ Mark the 45 King. And if you was watching Your MTV Raps and the Ed Lover Dance, the 900 numbers, 45 King, Hard Knock Life. But those are the big beats and, records that he did. But he did a lot of underground that was heat, like this right here. Oh, my God. I don't even know who made this. Is it a Chill Rob G song, maybe? Might be. Flavor Unit.
It was one of those.
Shout out to Ali Baski, who was my daughter's softball coach. Flavor Unit.
Yeah.
Right? Jersey City, East Orange, Newark. this is heat right here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's
this-
crazy.
This is every weekend.
Every weekend. And Biz and 45 King was tight. They was tight. Biz with the beats, 45 King with the beats. Queen Latifah first album, it's crazy.
Flavor
Think it's a
Unit.
classic. In my opinion, I love that first album. That's DJ Mark, man. So rest in peace.
Yeah.
So what else you got? Baby?
Let's see what we have here. Well, this is I'm sure something everyone has an opinion about the recent. You want to talk about beef?
Oh no.
This is biblical beef
Oh no. I know where you're going.
What happened?
Biblical.
between Palestine and Israel.
It's too deep, man.
It's
Like you said, it's biblical times. Holy land
yeah.
is what they fighting for. And I'm just gonna say, one side is coming out on top because of support by the United States.
No, we know what it is.
And I'm gonna leave it there. There's reasons for that, for the support. We had a former president that at one time said that he wanted to throw all Muslims out of this country. That's a fact. In his last presidency, in his former presidency, that's fact. That's what he said.
Yeah. Who said it?
The Agent
Oh,
Orange.
okay. I just I just want to
You know what I mean?
They need to lock his ass up.
check my memory bank.
Right. So I can't really pick a side, but all I can say is the term we used to say, peace in the Middle East, right? That's what needs to happen. It's
Yes.
peace in the Middle East all around. Because you got people dying on both sides. Now, Jews ain't just dying. Palestinians are dying. Children are dying.
Civilians.
And,
I mean,
right, you walking down the street, a bomb go off. Like, come on, man. Daycare centers, hospitals getting blown up, schools getting blown up. It's crazy.
yeah, if you're gonna soldier up and handle it, fine. But when you got the just innocent bystanders walking
Right.
about trying to live,
Right.
catching a raft of this, I disapprove of that on
So many
either
other
way.
levels.
Yeah, and I don't know enough about the history to really give a really educated comment on it. But I know I see war and I see people dying, and they got to come up with a solution, man.
Yeah,
Because, it's just
it's crazy.
out of control.
It's absolutely crazy.
And did the Palestinians do the right thing by setting it off the way they did? No, because the Israelis are going to retaliate and being backed by the United States with military and tanks and armory that's being supplied by the United States. So that's a no-win
But
situation.
always United States always supplying somebody.
Right.
Then they come back and use the stuff on the United States. Makes no
So
sense.
it's tough, man.
Makes no
Peace in
sense
the
to
Middle
me.
East. That's all I got to say about that.
That was the '90s lingo we used to always say.
Right. Peace in the Middle East. We didn't even know what it meant, really.
Right.
That's
true.
But we used to say that, yo, peace in the Middle East. Like, huh? Like, what you
Need
talking
to start
about?
saying it again.
Right. You start saying that again, man. That's a deep one. But how about your boy, the Beard? Can we talk about him
we
for a
going-
second?
we going to
Let's get out of
basketball.
that.
All right, let's
Let's
lighten
get
it
out
up.
of this guy, man. This guy. I don't know. Y'all go ahead, because I'm
We're talking now. This is on the sports
James
tip.
Harden.
I brief me on the what's name, because I saw the post on Facebook where they was working on like a major trade.
Right. He got traded.
It was, who was the guy from Philly? Can't think of his name. The center.
Embiid, Joel Embiid.
Embiid was supposed to come to New York.
That's a rumor, but that's dead now.
That's
until
dead.
Probably next year.
So Harden is the only one that
Harden
was
went to the Clippers.
to the Clippers.
Right. His what is it? Third
But
or
isn't
fourth
that his
team in
MO
how
though?
many years?
Isn't that his MO though?
Right.
Let's really think about it. That's his MO.
Sure.
He never delivers.
Nope.
Every time he gets to the big championship, he drops. Fold.
He'll have a good game and then a terrible game. Like,
Yes, he's
Never delivers.
He's
I wouldn't want him on
sometime-
my team. Period. Point blank.
No, because you pretty much never know what you're gonna get. I mean, he plays. but he never
He don't
plays up to
he don't
his
deliver.
capability.
You know what?
I mean, he's
let me just end this. First of all,
He don't
Joel
deliver.
Embiid is soft. Let's just get that out the way.
Joel Embiid is soft.
Joel Embiid is the MVP of the league, right? Last season, Harden averaged 21 and 10 assists. So, if you have a great guard, one of the 75 greatest players of all time, and you have the MVP who did his thing, and you got a guard averaging 21 and 10 assists, you're not supposed to get knocked out in the second round. I don't care.
no, you're not.
You're not.
Well, look, man, playoffs is a different beast.
True, but you're not supposed to get knocked out in the second round. You got an MVP.
I mean, the champs
and
got
a-
knocked out in the first round.
Who?
Milwaukee.
But that was because
Giannis
of
was hurt.
yeah,
Middleton
Still.
was hurt.
yeah.
They got knocked
These
out.
dudes is healthy. Now these dudes is healthy, and
Uh,
he
and
you
leading
know
the
what?
league in assists. He led the league in assists, and you playing with the MVP with some good role players. You're not supposed to get knocked out. in
Well,
the second
first of
round,
all,
period.
what was his average in the playoffs? Because that's all like
Well,
a
that's where
brand
it
new
dipped.
season.
He averaged.
Okay.
He scored like 40 in one game. He scored like 12 in the next game.
Two.
I mean, it looks good on paper,
Right.
but you know,
man.
it-
He don't deliver.
he does not.
And we can say this with different teams he done been on. So it's like, okay,
Every single team.
yeah.
I don't want Harden or Embiid. That's just me.
Yeah.
So what, you like Philly? You a Philly fan?
No, I've never rooted nothing from Philly.
Okay, but you call a man
So not
punk,
since-
but he
not
was an
since Dr.
MVP,
J
right?
for me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let
See,
me
I'm
take
just-
that
I'm
back.
really-
Right?
The last Philly team I rooted for was the 1980 Phillies.
Oh, you talking about baseball?
Yup, that's the last Philly team I rooted for. Mike Smith, okay, Pete
right.
Rose,
Pop one of them bottles, Doug.
okay. That's the last Philly team I rooted for. 1980 Phillies.
Pop one of them
It's,
bottles,
it's about
man.
that time.
Okay.
Listen, the here's the thing that I mean, I'm actually just getting back into watching sports,
Okay.
even football and basketball and stuff like that. And I didn't watch baseball. I'm not a real baseball fan, but I know that the Mets and the Yankees wasn't in it.
of course.
Shout out to Texas.
Right, they did their thing.
Yeah, they didn't drop the ball this year.
Like my Dodgers.
But I'm thinking it's the game has changed so much.
That's true.
From I'm trying to understand, like, they got the deadline to trade these guys. How are you going to gel to basically be able to win the chip?
Well, you think about it. Harden now is with Russell Westbrook.
He's back
He's
with him.
Paul George and Kawhi. They all on the same team. So, like you say, how they gonna gel? It's
Yeah.
one basketball.
So you got what, 4?
4 wing players who like to dribble. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. What are we
Well,
talking about?
they're all injury prone. Besides,
I mean, everybody can get
besides
hurt.
Westbrook.
Everybody can get hurt
All
at
injury
any given
At
time.
any given play. That's
Some
right.
just lucky not to get hurt, but at any given time, something can happen and it could go. That they can get hurt. That we're not wishing that on it, but we just thinking logically.
It is what it
you
is.
know,
Yeah, you can get
But,
hurt on any play.
that's like Kevin, Durant. Now he done. What he said? He was with Phoenix Suns
Right.
now from Brooklyn.
Right. Yeah, man, come on, man. The athlete has. I give them credit.
They soft now.
I give them a
NBA
little credit though.
is
because
soft.
The athletes today realize that they are the true commodity in the game. Nobody is going to see the owner of a team play. They're going to see Durant. They're going to see Westbrook and all
Yeah,
that.
but they was going to see Jordan. They was going to see Doc. They was
Right.
going to see Moses Malone. They
That's
was going to see
true.
Stockton, Kareem, Magic.
Yeah,
The
but
games-
the owners had a more stranglehold on how the players moved back then.
Well,
now
you know-
with free agency, they have empowered the athlete to say, "Yo, without me, you nothing."
Yes. And the
Well, but
players now
that
more
always
educated.
And
that,
they more
that
educated
well,
on
I,
it.
But
and,
it's
and
the-
I
it is
applaud
the,
I
free
applaud them for that.
agency,
I applaud them for
Right.
that,
Model
for
that.
becoming more educated
Right.
with with learning and stuff. Even
That's correct.
even with the music thing, more the more education you're supposed to learn, basically.
Right. So I'm not
But-
mad at him for that.
It just seems like it's just really watered down.
Yeah,
Like,
well, it is. Just like anything else.
they couldn't survive back then.
No, sir.
They could not survive at all.
No. Like this morning, Big Perk and Stephen A. always go back and forth about the GOAT.
Right.
And Perk made a comment talking to Stephen A. that your GOAT wasn't doing this at the age of 39. First of all, I mean, Stephen A., I think he's scared of him anyway, because he should have came back at him and say, listen, in today's game, if the game was played back then,
How
like
it
it is
is
not,
now.
Mike would still be playing.
Right.
So,
Right.
how you going to make a statement like that?
Right. And averaging 40.
Yeah. So,
I would have said, shoot, we set the bar, so you had to do better than what we
That-
did
that
back
too.
in the day.
yeah.
That too.
You had to. Dr. J, then what Jordan do?
Right.
He rose above.
That's
That's
right.
true.
What
That's
did
right.
what did Kobe do? He
Right.
rose above Jordan.
Right.
No, he
What
didn't.
I don't know
Well,
about that. John. I don't know about that, John.
He just got a, his,
he rose above. I mean, Mike is still Mike.
Right.
Can't take that from him. Like Dr. J is still Dr. J.
Kobe was the Jordan of his era.
yes,
Right.
he was the closest thing you're going to see to Jordan was Kobe.
But then, so what you say about LeBron?
LeBron is just different.
But LeBron
But
is a
you see what I'm
combination
saying?
of magic
It's-
and,
It's basically LeBron took it here now.
okay, as far
As looking how they're running their organization now. Okay, like
Well-
Steph Curry.
well, we just talking about, me. I'm just talking about accomplishments. I mean, he's got the scoring title, yes. I mean, he didn't play a day of college ball, so take that into consideration.
Right.
Where,
But
Mike
you
played-
got
Mike
those
played
that
3 years of college.
And
who
during
Sean
that
Kemp
time,
didn't
you
play
had to
college
stay.
ball, right?
No,
Right, but they changed the rules.
right?
So you have to go to
Right,
college.
back when Mike couldn't go to NBA at that time.
yeah.
He couldn't. He could have.
He could have, but
the
he
rule
opted.
didn't allow him to during
Yeah.
that era.
Yeah, so it's
Really,
it's
Yeah?
errors.
Sean Kemp didn't go to college,
He was
right?
after Mike. See, the rules had changed. I think it was you had to do a certain amount of years of college
Before
you were
you
eligible.
eligible to get into the draft.
Correct.
Okay, so then they
Because remember
changed
they
that
changed it
Right, they
with
changed
after Mike.
with Poodle and Dow Dawkins and them.
Correct.
They were able
They
to
were able
make
to
the
go.
leap.
Right.
No hardship.
And they changed it that you couldn't.
And then they changed it back.
Yes.
Wow.
I
Okay.
think
They
it-
changed it back
Then they put it. I think.
Salute, fellas.
Yes, sir.
to a new show.
New show, second year, third
Yes.
year, fourth year, fifth year, all around.
Yes.
Yeah, so the NBA, they have, not they're at fault or anything, but, the rules changed for the benefit of the league. Whether
Right.
the college league or the pro league. Not necessarily the benefit of the player. So, I'm not mad at the players of wanting to do what they want to do, but come on, Harden, you look like a sucker right now.
Yeah. He always been a sucker.
God.
I want to see I just want to see a good game. Like
Right.
I don't want to.
A good rival.
I don't like watch it. Like if I go home tonight and turn on the TV and watch a game, then the next night or the 2 nights later, oh, this person done been traded over here.
Yeah.
And that person over here, but
Right.
you was just
You
here,
can't even keep up.
right? So you lose the what's in there because now they gotta gel together.
Yeah, you can't keep up.
Well, nowadays it's like with these kids, you can't really attach yourself to a player.
No. Or to a team, for sure.
7:30 we over.
Yeah. I mean, so
Okay.
this really is really hard to. I mean, you can root for just the logo,
That's what I do.
right? You do. It's team.
That's what I do.
But as far as players, is no way. It's as soon as you settle in on a player on a particular team,
They're
know
gone.
they're gone. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you
It's
can't,
really all about the team.
You can't even buy a jersey.
no,
You know what I mean? Because as soon as you buy the jersey, now he played somewhere else. You know,
They
so, you can't.
Yeah,
buy
they
it.
went for Philly.
You
They
really
over
can't. Right now, you really can't.
over with the
So,
Clippers.
Yeah, so
Actually, last night's game was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Very good. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
I was
very
gonna
good.
say the games that I've watched have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been good. So they playing, but James
They
Harden,
playing,
man,
but-
come on, man, you quit out of Houston, you quit out of Brooklyn, now you fronting on Philly.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, you got all those are all LA guys now on the Clippers.
Yeah, they are. They all from LA.
Westbrook, Harden,
The Claw.
PG3, and
My man, Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard, all LA boys.
Yeah, they are.
On the Clippers?
Yep, they all from out there. Let's see how it's gonna work.
We'll see.
Ty Lue, the coach. We'll see how it's gonna work. They lost last night
In overtime.
Yeah, LeBron took over. So we'll see. But Harden, get it together, brother. Yeah. Try to stay out the strip clubs.
Well. Let's keep it West Coast. Recently, we had the confession / I don't know if it was a conviction of the Tupac shooter.
Yeah.
Mm,
So
Keefy D.
Keefy D.
Keefy D.
Keefy D.
Right. So basically, from what I'm hearing, he was the one. He ratted himself out just by talking.
So he
And
was
they-
the gunman.
Yeah.
So they had this thing where if you come out and confess to a crime, just like a one day deal,
Mm-hmm.
they won't mess with you. Some crazy stuff. But what happened was he kept on doing interviews. Interviews.
Oh, it was that
So-
extensive?
Yeah, so he basically, if he would have kept his mouth shut,
He probably would have got off.
Then
they wouldn't have came
they
after.
they couldn't come after him because it was like one of them plea deals or a sign something. I was listening to something on YouTube with one of the one of them sites, but then Vlad was on the Breakfast Club, and then that's when he explained it. Like it was like a one day thing where I could say, yeah, I came and shot Mike.
A one day
You're
thing?
allowed.
You're allowed to speak on it, and they can't touch you.
Okay,
It's
okay.
it's like a sealed what's the name?
Wow.
But he kept on doing interviews after that.
This is statute of limitations, correct?
Well, on murder, it doesn't. There is none.
No.
on murder.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know in terms of just giving up information.
So he
incriminating
kept doing it,
yourself.
kept doing it. You know,
That's basically what he did. But I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just weird to me. Like did he really do it? Like
I don't-
You know what I'm saying? Like
they
I
they
don't
keep
know.
pointing at Diddy.
wow,
It keeps coming back to
some type of involvement.
some type of involvement on having him killed, Pac killed.
So wait, tell the history again. Who died first, Pac or Big?
Tupac died first.
That's right.
Yes.
And then what? Like
That's right.
I think 6 months later or
Big
something.
died.
Then they shot Big.
He didn't die. He was murdered.
Were murdered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was murdered.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's. I'm like, well, 20 years later,
How about Jam Master Jay? They figured that out. I thought they
didn't they caught the people or something?
That's the biggest crime
never
in the
heard-
history of the
I never
world.
heard nothing else after that. They caught the 2 gunmen or something, and I haven't heard nothing.
That was right smack dab
Nothing
in his
else.
neighborhood. Right around his way.
I was in the
Jam
studio.
Master Jay got killed in Hollis, Queens.
Yeah.
Like, you got to repeat that to yourself a few
Mm-hmm.
times to see how crazy that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
At least,
got
I mean,
killed in Hollis.
now see, with Tupac, there was a incident that night in the casino.
Right.
So that was definitely a retaliation, for
Right.
sure.
From Orlando,
But
Right.
with Jay,
allegedly.
Who knows
He's a-
what Jay was into, but
yeah,
still. In his,
in his hood.
And I know people get killed in their neighborhood all the time. Nipsey got killed in his hood.
Right.
The dude from Memphis got killed in his hood.
Young
But
Dwarf.
Jam Master Jay. Now, come on, man. Like how huge Run DMC was, for him to get killed in his own hood is just that still messes with me.
In the studio.
Come on, man. Come on, Queens.
Well, they say a lot of times, you know,
It happens.
Can't
things
go
like
on.
that is people that you know
Closest to you. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, it's sad.
that set you up.
That could walk up on you
It's sad.
easily.
It's sad.
Yeah.
So what else you got, dog? We got to do rapid fire.
Okay.
Yeah, we got about 8 more minutes.
I wrote down something called COVID behavior.
Okay.
So, we're going back since COVID hit the world. How things have changed. How
Changed.
people have changed.
Definitely.
It's just like a new normal, a new way of living, and it seems like to me, people have just lost their minds
Yeah.
since.
Yeah.
Become extra sensitive about everything.
Well,
You know, we were just talking about something that happened just today in Brooklyn.
yeah.
And it's like everybody's so sensitive to everything,
Everything.
even in the workplace.
Everything.
It's like now we all know about waking up in the morning, getting in your car, getting on the train, getting on the bus to go to work.
Right.
Now, all you need is a computer, and you could work from home.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah. It's changed on what we think was necessary.
right. So it has brought trimming a lot of fat off things. Like these corporations now, as far as renting office space,
Right.
that's an overhead that they've done
They don't-
trimmed.
Yeah. They don't need that.
So, and a lot of these offices now are being converted into living spaces.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, it's
socially, I don't think it is. Now, here's with these kids,
Not so.
when they were going to school, when they
It
were
could be
out,
more social.
they were home.
Yeah.
Everything's on computer. Now, when they get back to school, it's like,
Nobody knows how to act.
right, everybody communicates on their phone.
Yeah.
Kids.
It's a shame. It's
Well, I mean,
scary.
but that's where the world is. I mean, look at us now. We're basically on the internet doing radio. You understand what I'm saying? It's like before,
Anybody can just pick it up and do it.
right? Before if you wanted to do radio, even podcasts, that was never heard of.
You
If
have to
wanted
get to a station.
Right.
you had to go to the
Right.
dial.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even when traveling, the different stations in each city, each state.
That's correct.
That's they're still there, but as time went on,
Right.
let me see how I can quote unquote control everything. I mean, look at the weather. Last week it was 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Back in the day it was hoodie weather.
Yeah.
We knew October come,
Yeah.
late September, October, we pulling out the hoodies.
Yeah. It's, I don't know.
Now we in November.
Scary times, man.
You understand? So it's
Yeah.
it's like
Straight
the
up.
whole change, this change of everything. Even I'm gonna say, even before COVID. I started this 13 years ago, and luckily I did because it kept me going. For as when COVID did hit, a lot of people, they work from home, but then a lot, you had a lot of people that was on these jobs for a while that didn't know nothing about technology,
Right. Right.
that had to learn about
That had to learn.
technology.
And cybersecurity, all that stuff. Yeah. you're
Yeah,
right.
so
Yeah, man, there's a lot has changed, and physically you changed.
no, yeah, you mean
Mentally you changed. That COVID was something else, man.
You
I
put
can
on
speak
it.
on it.
you
I
put
wouldn't-
on
I
a
wouldn't
button-up
even say
shirt.
it was, 'cause it
Still
still lurks
is.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It still is. Hopefully, hopefully you hope to move forward, but
it's funny. I saw I shared a post. It says back in the day when we had telephones, and the mother was on one line, and the daughter was on another line talking to a boy that she was dealing with in school.
right.
So they was talking some slick stuff. He was like, "What if I would have kissed you?" This and that, and the moms went off. She went off. But the thing I remember was, you know how the chords was long.
Yeah.
You know, get your boop 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 off her phone. She ain't using the phone no more.
Because she picked up upstairs or something. Like
Right.
that. Yeah,
When the
yeah,
phone
yeah,
rang,
yeah,
it was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
woo.
yeah.
Let me see what they talking about. But
oh, yeah.
you know, these kids nowadays they wouldn't know nothing about that, man. You know.
I still have a hard line in my house.
I mean a hard line, yeah, but it's
I remember I got rid of mine.
who uses it though?
yeah, I
It's
just
really
used it
like
today.
no of use.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you call, get up, you know, got the same phone number, right?
Yes, sir.
No use.
Yeah.
All right, let's end on this note because well, first of all, shout out to Mr. Ellaby, 91 years on this earth today.
Oh, it's his born day today.
Yeah,
birthday.
so
Mr.
gotta go
Ellaby? That's correct.
celebrate with him after this.
Mm-hmm.
So what y'all think about Flav singing the national anthem?
Oh man, Flav. I watched it.
I listen. Quite honestly, when he started out, I was like, "There's nothing wrong with this."
I think he did good.
I think he did good considering he's Flavor Flav. You know?
Right. He held the tune too. It wasn't
But
wasn't
on the
awful.
news, they highlighted towards the,
The
end
end.
of
Where
it.
he started acting silly.
Right.
Right. Right.
Well,
So,
Flav is a straight up musician. First
Right.
of all,
yeah.
I don't know if people know
question.
that or not.
He did better.
Drums, piano.
He did
Yes.
better than Roseanne.
Huh?
Oh, way better.
He did better than Roseanne.
Oh well, of course. And Carl Lewis.
I didn't even know Carl Lewis did it.
I was
yeah?
there for that.
Look it up. Oh, you was there?
I was there.
Oh man.
Man, listen.
That was in Byrne Arena.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Byrne or the Izod
'Cause he
Arena.
was serious.
Nets,
Wow.
at the Nets game.
Yes, and they was laughing. Derek
Oh, yeah.
Coleman and them.
Yes. Yeah. We were there.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Looking at each other, and in the stands, people trying to actually, not laugh.
No, it was
That
terrible.
that didn't apply to us.
Yeah, of course not.
So,
I
but
gotta look it up.
Oh, definitely. But yeah,
gotta look
Flavor
it up.
Flav. Shout out to Flav.
Flav was at Sedgwick. Flav came out.
Oh yeah, yes.
Flavor
yes,
Flav
yes,
was
yes,
out
yes.
there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. The thing that bugged me, and I know we gotta go, but when CL, and we can talk about this another time if we want to talk about music, and CL Smooth was singing one of his songs, I think Reminisce, right? And Pete Rock is walking past me.
Yes. He passed us.
So I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm thinking he's making a beeline to the
To
stage.
the stage. Right.
They still beefing?
Come on, man. Listen. And I'm going to say this and we can end or whatever.
Right.
you know.
Right.
If you still got the voice, because they still got the voices.
Yes.
I don't care. Pete still got the voice. CL still got the voice. A lot of rappers don't have the voice anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They still can, they put words together, but then it doesn't sound
Doesn't
the same.
sound the same.
They still have the voice, man. Like, straighten it out.
Classics.
Come on. Straighten it out.
Straighten it out, man.
And that's
Knock that off.
And that's a tune that they have. And I know that's why you said that.
Straighten it out, man. They still got the voices. They can deliver a classic album still. Or a good, I don't want to say a classic, but a good album.
A good
man.
album. A good album.
Right.
I mean, why you still here on this earth?
Come on.
You see everybody
People
dropping off
dying, man.
over way less.
Knock that off,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
Knock it off.
Well, let's definitely pick back up on some of these things
True.
once we reconvene.
Right, so we have a condensed version of www. with Wilson, and Watson. Hopefully he'll join us and as we reconvene and get going for this season. We hope to bring some guests, of course.
Yeah. We had we have a few on board that we definitely want to get in, and we'll pick it back up strong before the end of the year.
And for that being said, brought to you by RareHipHop.com.
Yes, sir.
We are out. Thank you. Hit the music, Chop.